don't see that too much anymore. Like I don't see people rehearsing.
Nope.
I just see people go on stage and just perform. Like I don't
And
ever see like when I don't want to say perform. I see people, rappers, MCs, whatever you want to call them. I see them just go on stage and just rap.
no, and not only that, they rap to their fucking lyrics. So they're
Yeah,
basically ad-libbing their shit.
basically,
And
yeah,
basically ad-libs are background vocals for those that don't know.
yeah,
And it's not even a show anymore. It's like they just as for someone who would go in and spit their rhymes, like no background vocals at all. It's you. If you're a solo, you get your shit down, you spit it. And if you have
yeah,
your crew members, then they learn your ad libs, and then they say words for so you can catch your breath if you're
yeah.
going ham. It's all about being comfy.
It is. Welcome. Oh shit! I'm already fucking stumbling over my
Take a
words.
drink so your mouth doesn't get dry.
Mm.
That was honestly, that's another thing I was. Can you hear that?
It's that mukbang, but with teas.
Yerba mate. Okay.
Good about mate. Welcome everybody, episode 2.
Yo, what's up?
This is I'm DJ Bass,
l.hundo.
and this is All Fresh Chats. The first one was actually a little learning curve. It kind of ran into some fucking technical difficulties.
Yeah, I was explain that, dude, because I know honestly you did most of the technical side of it, and I know it was frustrating from hearing hearing you text me about the stuff happening.
Oh, dude, I was getting pissed. So, first off, it was a busy day for me. A lot of shit was all scheduled out, and it fucking everything started coming in early. Like we had furniture being delivered to my house. If nobody knows, we're actually in my garage with the green screen, and furniture was coming through, and they came through like 2 hours early, so we had to cut the podcast short. Then after that, it was just a whole bunch of bullshit with the technical, the video side of it, lining everything up, the vocals and stuff, because we record on a camera and we record straight into Pro Tools so that I can fix the audio later on. Then just after that, rendering out everything that was going on.
So first though, we originally did it on the GoPro. So what happened with the GoPro?
Oh, the GoPro for some reason only records in 2-minute videos. I mean, I guess that's cool for because it's an action camera, but for us, it wasn't. It was not too much action. We're just sitting here, but yeah, that GoPro just was a waste of money in my humble opinion.
Then we had cars and a loud playing at certain times of the podcast, episode 1. And we thought, I mean, they sounded loud, so that's why at certain points we'd be quiet because either a car would be passing by or that loud playing.
Yes.
But then you said that the camera doesn't, or the mics don't pick it up.
Yeah, the mics. These are really good mics, apparently.
Right on.
Hell yeah.
So this is like our first episode, and I'm proud of it. I think. Are you proud of it?
Oh, I love it. I love every little thing that we did to it. There are cuts in there. If you notice, if you watch the whole thing full through, there's a lot of cuts in there because a lot of interruptions.
And that's another thing too. Like I felt like that kind of knocked off our flow a little bit because of those little interruptions. Like anything we do, like when you get in that zone and you get interrupted, you gotta get back into that zone.
When you're cutting and the beat stops, you have to put the needle back on there.
Thanks, man. But fuck.
Yeah, and plus I was just distracted with everything going on, and it was hard for me to think to sit, continue on. But Larry kept asking or Hundo kept asking if I wanted to keep going or we can just stop. I'm like, no, let's get this done because we've been talking about this for over a year already.
So like we want to say basically like there was so much obstacles this first episode, and I think I want to say the odds. We don't want to say the odds were stacked against us. There was just a lot of obstacles, and we got through it. And honestly, like I couldn't be more happier because I feel like we set the bar for ourselves, and it's only up from here.
Definitely, definitely. And also, I mean, it kind of like reflects on like just our journey alone. You know, we're talking about how we started, you know, just fucking up a lot,
Yeah.
and we just learned from that. So yeah,
Trial and error. Trial
yeah.
and error.
Welcome to episode 2. Sorry for the long intro,
Yeah.
but
Welcome.
so how was your week, by the way, bro?
You know what, man? This week, it sucked, bro.
Yeah.
It fucking sucked, and it was bullshit. And just like a side note, I just want to say, um, if you are not happy where you're at right now, like do what you need to do to get out of that, situation. Or if you're not happy at your job, you're not happy in, whatever it is, don't stay in there. Fucking do what you need to do to get the fuck out of there and just keep moving. It's all about, pursuing happiness.
Yes, yes.
But
If you're not happy with yourself, you know, in the situation you're in, you need to get out of the situation.
yeah, and I'm saying from my job right now, like I'm just I don't know exactly just what's going on spiritually, but I'm just like I don't want to deal with that shit anymore. I just want to work on music, and that's what I want to do. I don't really care about anything else, so I just want to like I'm already coming up with this plan in my head to you know, do the steps I need to do to get out of that cuz I don't want to be in my job. Like I don't hate it. It's just I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it does. It does put a big filter on your life, especially working 12 hours. At least for me, because I know like you don't work the 3 days that I work, 12 hours. So
Due to
you're basic.
corona.
Yeah, you're yeah, dude. Corona, thanks a lot, Corona. Not the beer. We love the beer. Thank you, COVID. There you go.
I
But
don't drink no more.
yeah, that's right.
I've been beer free since September.
I've been beer free since I switched to White Claws. And I had a White Claw last night. I ain't gonna lie.
They're not bad, man.
I love them. Low calorie is really good.
Even though they say they're hipster drinks or all the girly drinks, I've had a couple, and they're not bad. The only thing is I get heartburn from them, maybe because I'm getting old.
I don't know.
But one thing is though, I know they sneak up on you.
Oh yeah,
They
definitely.
fucking sneak up on you.
Especially when you're on your third one, it's like it's not hitting me. Oh, but yeah. If you're working, like I do, I work 3 12s, and yeah, some people might think it's 4 days off. You get to work on music or get to work on your video stuff, but I mean, you're basically dead to the world in those 3 days.
Yeah, yeah.
It sucks.
Honestly, you're fucking dead because you got to get your hours of sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and then you wake up to get ready for work. And for me, that's most of my day. It takes me about an hour to get to work, so that's 12, 13, and then 14 with the drive home. So 14 hours of sleep and then getting to work those
Yeah.
days, and then I come home and then I'll have like maybe an hour of me time, and you're just burnt out, and
Yeah.
just go to sleep.
And at that point, I'm at that point where I'm trying to force like making a beat or something like that.
Yeah,
And
and
it's not always coming out good, but I get some good ideas.
yeah, you'll get off to a good start, but still, like sometimes for me mentally, I'm just tired as fuck from work, and
Yeah.
it really does put a halt to your creativity,
Your production.
production, and it's annoying sometimes. That's why I'm have this plan, and I just don't want to do that anymore because it's just fucking up the flow. It's fucking up my way of life already.
But the good thing is that we got a sponsor. It's All Fresh.
Oh yeah,
Oh wait, I have my shirt.
he's gonna
Design.
show you this time.
All Fresh. This is the new design. We got hoodies coming really soon.
Yeah, it's getting cold, so
Yeah.
this one is okay, but I want an all fresh hoodie.
And they're not that expensive. Like like my hoodie costs freaking more than $50. I never paid more than $50 for a hoodie, but I like the color so much, so I had to get it. But
So
check out All Fresh
yeah, check it
on
out.
IG. Official All Fresh.
So I heard this phrase from you, and I just want to say it since we started this podcast. But you said one day or day one.
Oh yeah, that's I don't know where I heard that from, but that little saying always stuck with me for a long time, and that's actually another reason why I take risks. I guess you can say I'll either say that saying, I'll say this is either day one or one day, or there's other ones where it's like I look at a situation where I'm scared. I'm like, you know what? Take a shot. What's the worst that could fucking happen?
Yeah, I feel you. Like when it comes to music, back then I would be very hesitant and not really like I would think it over and over and over. And then I heard this one guy, and it was like honestly, it was a new school rapper. I don't remember his name because there's so much of them, but he's one of those quote unquote mumble rappers. But I seen one of his posts that just came to me on Instagram, and he said, when it comes to something, don't waste your time thinking it over. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it. And that shit opened my eyes to like you waste so much time thinking about something and you're scared in a way, but just fucking do it. If you're scared, that's more of a reason to do it. Like
Yep.
the nervousness, I think is a beautiful thing, and it's just telling you to do it. Like you're nervous about it. Like it's a good feeling.
Actually, I tweeted this one time. I said I love it, absolutely love it when my goals scare me. I love that feeling. That little bit of fear I get, when I'm trying something new. Like when we first did the first episode of the podcast, remember I was telling you, I'm kind of nervous a little bit because
Yeah,
this is something new and like,
yeah, I was
but
nervous
I
too.
loved it. That's the thing. It's like fucking, you might be scared of doing that one thing, but use that to your advantage. You know, it's fucking, it's gonna get better.
Yeah,
Even our first episode, you know, we did get a lot of good feedback, but there was one in particular. They said, yeah, the how you guys started it off, it was slow, but then
yeah.
like when we got into like you know toward the middle of the podcast, people were that same person told me like then you guys started getting into a flow and it started and then it became entertaining.
That's where we talked about earlier with the interruptions. Like that's what fucked up the flow. But
Definitely.
honestly, I was telling him when before we started recording was like it was our first one, and we're getting a feel for it. It's like for anything you do, anything new you do, you get a feel. You have to get that feel for it.
Yep.
So we're kind of testing the waters, and like kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but I was just trying to get used to like looking into a camera and talking. But it
Yeah,
was a good practice. I mean, honestly, it's like I said, it's only up from here.
definitely. And I don't think you know I don't think we should let that fear stop us, and let alone anybody doing something new. Don't let that fear stop you. That's freaking, like I said, use it to your advantage.
Yeah, if you're
Conquer that,
scared,
conquer
do it.
that fucking monster, conquer that beast.
So when it comes to music, like I don't hesitate. I'll take the risk and do it. And that's why I was talking about wanting to quit my job because like that's a big risk that I've always been scared of. Because you always in back of your head it's oh I need I'm not gonna have any money or this and that or I can't afford to eat or whatever or go out of town whatever the fuck it is. But now I'm like okay it's regarding something I love doing, so I'm gonna take that fucking risk. And I'd rather take that fucking risk than to regret it. And because regret not taking that risk and hate myself for never taking that risk. So, like I said, I've coming up with this plan. Due to the COVID, it's gonna kind of help me. I've been using this COVID shit to my advantage. I've been making the best out of it, and this plan is gonna, maybe when this plan it goes into effect, that'll be a future episode.
Oh yeah.
I really would love to talk about it too.
Well, I mean
Whether I succeed or fail, it's gonna be on the episode.
right. Yeah, I know the biggest rewards come from the biggest risk you take, and that's a huge fucking risk. So yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see your plan go into fruition. It's in us. I mean, it's in you. It's in me to like to do something big like that because we've been doing it since we first started music.
Yeah,
We've been just taking big risks. I took a big risk. Selling my quad to like buy the turntables, and I didn't know what the fuck I got myself into.
yeah, and then back then quads were big, like that whole
The
off
whole,
roading and quad riding, motorcycle. That was like the shit back then, dude. Like,
yeah, definitely. And I know you took your risk when you bought that beat machine, and it came, it was broken.
Yeah,
So
I
I
was
mean,
scared. I was like, do I keep it or how does this work?
yeah, no, it's it's all these risks. You got to keep taking risks.
Back into our origin story, but let's talk about like here in the valley how you got into the crew that we were affiliated with, but you became part of the crew, Sonata Orchestration.
Oh yeah, so Sonata orchestration or SO, how we knew it as. Um, I think it was after the first mixtape that I dropped, and the one that you dropped too. Because right when I did Happy Music 1, I was already working with people in SO, Undiscovered Poets, and I think the one guy to give us a. What's going on? All right, cool. All right, thanks you too. Another interruption. So, all right, let me start over. So, yeah, Sonata Orchestration, or as we know it as SO. Uh, when we first dropped our mixtapes, Happy Music and the Ominous mixtape, we were already like chilling with the people in SO, which were Undiscovered Poets, and I think because I was such a fan of them, and I think you're a fan too.
Oh, definitely.
So we were both like really really big fans, and it was like we kind of made it like a silent goal to ourselves. Like I want to be like in their either not with their crew, but I want to be a part of
Yeah,
what
like
they're doing.
yeah, definitely.
So just
So
chilling with. Oh, go ahead.
what did you do? Like, I know like this is an old school term because most people don't do it, but back then you had to put in work. So what did you do? To put in work to be uh, taken under their wing and to eventually be part of part of the team.
Putting in work. We both did it. We both put in a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
We would go to their shows. We were underage, so
Yeah,
we couldn't get
We'd be
in.
getting snuck in drunk.
Yeah. So we had to get either snuck in or we had to talk to the promoter, and we couldn't go near the bar. And they always said that like
Yeah.
don't let them
Don't
go
go
near.
near the bar.
Yeah.
Don't even be in that room.
And if we couldn't get in, we would be the one carry helping the DJs carry
Yeah,
their equipment in.
that always worked for us. Is the homies say just grab some equipment and then walk in.
Yeah.
They're not gonna bother you if they see you grabbing equipment.
Right.
And honestly, shout out to Dumb Guy and Buck Ruga because they they got us into the shows, and we'd be underage and drinking, and they'd get us in there. We got to see Dilated Peoples,
Oh yeah.
Merge,
Oh shit.
like there's a lot of good artists in the valley.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, my
Well,
bad. Sorry.
they're not from the valley, but
I mean,
lo-
yeah, shows in the valley
Yeah.
of famous artists outside the valley.
definitely. So yeah, putting in work. Yeah, we would be carrying equipment. They even had us like outside slanging tickets for their shows. Like I remember it was like they charged like $3-4 to get in, and they'd have us in the front because like we were underage. So
Yeah.
at least do us this favor and charge at the door for us.
Yeah.
So we
That's right. I forgot about that night. We were selling tickets at the door in La Quinta, right?
yeah,
Or the-
some
yeah.
bar or something like that.
Yeah. At
So-
that one time too, remember the Poets were actually headlining. It was their show.
Mhm.
And Undiscovered Poets are SO part of, or that's one of the crews in SO.
Yeah.
So remember that one time it was time for them to perform, and they had no one to hold down their merch tables. So we were like, I think I know I said I don't know if you were there or if you went
Mhm.
inside to hold it down on the turntables with them, but I remember watching the booth too, and
I don't think I
their
was
merch.
I don't think I was part of SO yet, but I
Okay.
do remember watching the merch.
Yeah, so we were out there holding
yeah.
down the merch table
So
while
we-
they were closing their show.
we were putting in the work.
You hear that gunshot? Damn it! This alley's getting bad now. This goddamn alley's going to shit.
I know. So the reason for the cut is because there was another interruption. There's like 2 interruptions in the past 20 minutes, and I was like, really? Come on, man.
Say the universe wants us to is giving us little obstacles. We're fucking bum rushing that bitch.
These little
You
hurdles.
can't fuck with us.
But
The universe is like, yeah,
yeah,
motherfuckers.
some
Heck
guy
yeah.
dropped off a freaking flyer about his church or something. Like, come on, man.
Y'all want to join my
You,
church?
you do not see you don't see a camera and you don't see microphones in their hands. Come on, you're gonna just come up and be like, hey man, you
Hey,
want
hey, you doing a podcast? You
can you
doing a
can you
podcast?
put this part in your podcast, man? Come on, man, talk about like come on, dude.
Put the power of my church in your podcast, man.
And if you guys can donate to me, I mean my church,
Put the money in my hand.
money's going straight into my pocket.
I gotta need some gas money, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Jesus.
Yeshua.
Yeah. So what were you saying earlier?
Okay. So let's since we're in this funny mood right now, what's I know there was so much funny moments when chilling with them, but what's one that you can like recall like off the back, like a funny moment, chilling with our newfound fucking brothers, at the time.
Actually, it was before we actually became part of SO. Was we went to the exact opposite. It's EO's house at the time. We
Sorry. There's just like 10 fucking funny moments popped in my head as soon as he said EO's house.
yeah, dude, there was a lot of shit going on. But one in particular was when we first became before we became a part of SO. Was I went up to Jay Patron, and it's like I think this was like the first time I met him, or I probably met him beforehand, but this was like the first time I actually got to like sit down and talk to him. And I was drunk as fuck. I was already freaking gone, and I kept telling him like, dude, you gotta hear my beats, this and that, and I make pretty dope beats. And he's just like looking at me like, oh, okay, dude, okay, show him proof. Don't just tell me about it.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, man, for sure. I'll show you one of these days, this and that. And then for some reason, I kept freaking like walking back to him, like, you gotta check out my beats, dude. They're freaking dope. And I remember you and your cousin were like there, and they're like, dude, chill the fuck out, bass. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't drunk cockiness, in my opinion. It was drunk confidence. And it was like, and of course, at the time, we're all trying to
Be a part of something.
be a part and just show people, like, get that, like we talked about in the last episode, the recognition. You just wanted that approval.
Yeah.
Like, I got some, I make shit too. I got some heat.
Yeah. But I remember, yeah, he still brings that up to this day. Like, if I talk to him, like, hey, man, that time you're all drunk trying to get me to listen to your beats. And I'm like, fuck, man, you got to bring that up. And that's one of the...
You got a power chord from MPC, man. Sorry, I forgot to bring it.
But yeah, that was the first... that was a funny moment. The reason why that one's like sticks out because he always brings it up every time I talk to him. Shout out Jay Patron, actually.
Yeah, shout out.
But yeah, that was like right before we got into SO, and like you said, just putting in the work a lot, and Philly giving me a shot. That was the turning point. And what else you got?
What was the first actual show you did with them? Like your first? I know you remember your first. Like, oh, I'm gonna be rocking with the Poets. Like, as a car comes by,
Another interruption.
they're looking at us too.
No, we don't want to go to your church.
Y'all want to donate some money to my Mercedes?
You guys want to donate to my Audi? I mean, my church. Anyways, the first time I performed, to be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember the first time. I know that when I first...
It was one of their big shows. I know they were headliners. So
at the time, I think the DJ for them was DJ Osiris, I want to say. Osiris was their main DJ, but he lived out in Blythe, and that was like an hour and a half drive, right? From here to Blythe. Yeah, that was their first DJ, and then they recruited Smoke One from Vinyl Assassins.
Oh yeah, but
And
what, like, what was well, at least let me rephrase the question. What was one of your times holding it down with them? Like maybe a big venue, like we had a headliner.
That's what I was getting into.
Okay.
So yeah, Smoke became their DJ, and I don't know if Smoke had a different show or something, but he ended up not showing up to one of the performances, and they scrambled and they asked me, "Is like, hey, do you want to just hold it down? This is all you really got to do is just hit play, scratching the hooks, and then we got music playing in the background.
We got background music. Hey,
Oh, okay.
on a positive note,
Hey, it's mumble rap too.
Mumble rap.
So yeah, they asked me like if you can, basically you can hold it down. Just play these beats when we tell you to, and scratch in the hooks. If you want, that's the time you can scratch. And I think it was La Estancia when I first jumped on with them. That was like the only big venue out here at the time, and before the Date Shed, before Space 120.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was La Estancia, one of the shows, and they told me to just hold it down for them. And I was like super, super nervous. Like I was like, shit, what do I do if I fuck up? But if things went smoothly, I scratched, but it wasn't really like on some like technical shit. I was just trying to be like super clean because I couldn't hear myself.
Yeah.
But that was like one of the first performances, and yeah, I was super nervous. I was shaking. I was just, like, I hope I don't fuck up. And this and that.
Your turntable was like, wait.
Yeah.
I'm not scratching. I'm just nervous.
But what really helped me was I think Rockwell was there. He was coaching me at the time,
Yeah.
and he was like all like, yeah, dude, just he would show me like whenever like Philly would throw like a punchline, he's like, drop it right here, watch. Drops the beat. Philly would say his punchline, we bring the beat back, and I was like, oh shit, that's cool. He was like, yeah, just remember to do that shit.
What about can you remember like maybe a time where it went wrong? Things didn't go good for you at a show and you were like, "Oh fuck." Like
Yeah,
shit.
actually, I do. It was when we were performing at one of the ranches. There was like a ranch, they were trying to make it a big festival, like not a big festival, but like just a small little festival for local artists and DJs. I don't know if you remember going to that.
Oh yeah, where they had the small ass stage and we were jumping on it to break it.
Yeah, some little makeshift fucking little stage, like it was like literally pallets, like one level
Yeah.
pallets, like that's all it was. And then
The-
there was
the
like a
stage
big,
was like less than 6 inches tall. Like
yeah.
gosh.
It was, you just look like a tall person. That's all. It was.
Yeah, like it was horrible.
Yeah, but it was that one time. I remember they didn't have turntables; they had CDJs.
Oh
I never messed with the CDJ before. I've always been, strictly turntables, strictly techniques. And using Serato on that was just way way different. And for some reason, every time like we would perform a song, it would just cut the middle of the song. And that was like the worst probably performance I've ever been a part of. And I was actually with, at the time I was already with, Undiscovered Poets. We were performing some of our songs, and it would just, the beat would get cut out in the middle of the song, and it got to a point where like Philly, this is cool, like Philly recognized exactly what was happening because everybody was getting pissed at me. It's like, what's going on, DJ? And then Philly looked at me. He's like, dog, is the shit working? Like, is it this thing? I'm like, yeah, it's fucking this thing keeps fucking up. He's like, all right, cool, I got you. So like every time it would cut, Philly would just take the mic and do it a cappella every time, which was fucking dope. But that was probably one of the worst performances I've been a part of.
yeah, that's one thing. Like when shows don't go smoothly, and everyone just starts looking at the DJ for some reason. And most of y'all DJs know, like
Yeah,
when shit don't work, they start looking at you like, "Oh, what's up, DJ?
yeah.
Come on, man."
DJ, what the fuck?
Uh
I'm gonna change my name to DJ. What the fuck?
huh. So, like briefly, you want to go over like talk about like some ups and downs in the squad and like or some
I mean,
vital
first,
lessons.
what was actually your first performance? Because that's one thing I do remember. I wasn't a part of your performance the first time.
Okay,
I know
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, I mean, we might as well say it because it's our little stories getting into SO were roughly around the same time.
And they're different.
A little different too. It goes. I'm gonna go a little bit back and say that before I was a part of SO, even though I was affiliated with them, I wasn't on their radar. Like I remember them coming to the house because when we were living together, we had the studio and you had everything like, and they were coming over to lace tracks or even just to chill out. Like they would chill out and then the heat of the moment would come and someone would be like, "Hey, let's put out a song." So
Yeah. Those were always fun.
yeah, they were great nights and I was there too. But I noticed that they weren't asking me, like when all the homies would be there, they wouldn't ask me like, "Oh, you want to get on this track?" Like I would just be like, "Oh, in the back,"
Yeah.
So what I would be doing is I'd be in the back writing while they're writing in case they asked, and they never did. So I got to the point where I was like, well, fuck it then. Like, I'm gonna just work on my own mixtape. So I called it the Ominous Mixtape, and at the time, my rap name was Myth the Ominous, and Myth is the acronym for Music in This Head. And that's still my my AKA name till this day.
Yeah, he's got a tattoo of it too, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So I told myself, like I'm going to do what I need to do on this mixtape to get on their radar, to get their attention, to make some noise.
Yeah.
So I
You're
just
hungry. You're gonna eat. You're gonna fucking eat.
Yeah.
Regardless if they're gonna bring you food. Which is
yeah,
dope.
I've definitely I was like, they're the homies, but I'm gonna make sure they recognize me. Like, oh, you guys don't. I kind of got this feeling like, oh, you don't acknowledge me, maybe because you think I'm whack. Like, you probably think I'm a fucking weak ass rapper. So it was more fuel to the fire to just come hard on every track I did. Pause. That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Basically,
Pause.
go off on every track, and do different types of beats. Just to at some point I'm gonna get someone's attention. So I did that mixtape, and then I got on their radar. They started. They're like, oh shit, like you're doing some dope shit, and
Not to mention the fact that some of the beats you were producing yourself.
yeah, I actually did. That's the funny thing. I did some of my own production on there too, and also I think if I'm wrong, I believe you were showing them some of the tracks I would do when they'd come over, like when I'd be at work or something.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, check out this track. Myth did.
Yeah, I would always like vouch for you like every time. I think the reason why they really didn't pay much attention because I was still the new new kid on the block, and they were like, well, I mean, he's vouching for him, so
Yeah, like, who the
we'll,
fuck
we'll,
is he
we'll,
still?
we'll check his shit out when we're ready, kind of shit. But every time they come through, it's like, yo, check out this fucking new track that Myth did, and they would hear it like, oh shit, that's dope. Like, you made that beat? I'm like, no, he made that beat. Like, oh, he makes beats too. Like, oh shit, and yeah, kind of like what was the first track that you jumped on with somebody from SO?
I believe it was that mixtape track. It was that Drake beat at the time.
Oh, Forever, I think is.
Yeah. That's when the whole most of the team was on there, and
Yeah.
I think also too. I was like, I asked because at that point I kind of got a little hungry, and I asked like, hey, can I get on that track? And I don't remember who said it, but someone said, oh, I think it's only SO. So then I kind of got like a little upset, but not to the fact that I hate someone. It's just like, when am I gonna get my time? Like when am
Yeah.
I gonna get a chance?
Yep.
So I remember while they were writing, I wrote my shit, and honestly I wrote some hard ass shit. That was probably like my first. I knew I was gonna possibly be on there, so I wrote some hard lyrics, and I know that when they all left, I told Bass, and Bass says, "Well, fuck that. Like, I'm engineering, so you're gonna get on
Yeah.
the fucking track."
It's like, turn the fucking mic on, bass.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. But then you killed that. I think you had the best verse on there. 'Cause you just
Thank
fucking
you.
killed it. I'm like, what the fuck? Not to mention the fact he went on the part of the song where Eminem goes on when Eminem starts speed rhyming, and Hundo just fucking the same shit. Like when I remember when we were recording it, I was thinking like that part where he starts to speed rhyme. I'm like, I hope he does it. I hope he does it. And then you started going
Yeah,
hard. I'm like, oh damn, he's speed rhyming. That's like the first time I heard you speed rhyme. I was like, oh shit.
yeah, dude. Like, and I don't remember that whole verse, but I do remember the beginning part into it. I was like, I gotta step up my game, or faced getting stepped on, step off. You can't approach the microphone and be soft.
Yeah.
So I'm holding it down like gravitation, earthbound, sonata orchestration. Fuck. Anyways,
Yeah.
anyways, like, but of course my delivery was more. I was more comfortable, and I was going like ham on it. But
I still have the track and listen to it. No, I'm just kidding.
actually, I'll listen to that one.
Okay.
I'll listen to that one.
Actually, I don't think I have that one anymore, to tell you the truth. But you know what? That track never got released, which was, stupid.
But I felt that, and then the funny thing too is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like at one point when we all got together and they asked to play that track, he played it, and then my verse was on there.
Yeah.
So then they all fucking they're all like looking at me like, oh shit, like you fucking, oh shit, like you went off on this
Yeah, you
bitch,
murdered
like.
this shit. What the fuck?
And it was like I said, it wasn't more on like I'm trying to be better than you. It was like I'm trying to seek your approval. Like we're
Yeah.
chilling. Like what's up? Like
Well, I
let
mean,
me in. Like
we were always taught that like don't ask don't ask for respect. Demand that shit.
yeah. And that's where I went in. I went like on even though we're all fucking we're all brothers. Like I'm gonna go in there as a little kid and be like, yo man, you're gonna fucking respect me. You're gonna listen to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking getting old now. Like I'm not gonna take no shit no more, man.
Right. Yeah.
So
So that was like the first track that you got on with them, but then like I think you did a beat for was it Philly or was it Patron or
I believe my first beat I gave out was to Misfit.
oh yeah
Um,
yeah
I don't know
was the
why.
California one right the
Yeah,
California
look at
yeah that one was chill
California.
that was chill before lo-fi was a thing.
Yeah, it was actually I'm gonna revisit that sample because I found that record.
I actually have that song he recorded to it.
Oh
It never
wow.
got released, but I had that full song.
And yeah, so Misfit, I've always liked Misfit, um, his style, his energy, and when he said, "Yeah, let me hear one of your beats," and I was able to give him that one, he was digging it, and the next one was I believe Philly,
Hmm.
and this one I just went hard with it. Like I found a fire ass sample, and it was just like a hardcore like it was just a hardcore dope ass beat. Like one of my hardest beats at the time when I was still on making beats.
Which one was that one? The
That was I think Blood on the Floor. So
oh, the clean the blood up,
yeah,
dude. That when you first made that shit, I was like, you showed me it, and I'm like, no, this guy didn't make that shit. Did you make that shit? No, this is a primo beat. No, dude. And you're like, no, I made that. And like, fuck, man, I gotta
yeah,
step
I
my
went
fucking
I
game
went
up. This
hard on
guy,
that one.
fuck.
I went hard because like I at the time I was more comfortable with my production than my raps. I was
Mhm.
still learning so much to learn rhyming. My production game was I was very comfortable and I was like I'm gonna make some shit like let them know like hey I got some fire and that was the second beat I gave to Philly and then I got more eyes on me. I started getting more and more more of the homies would be like hey you got some beats.
Yeah, which are the basic beats you got in the beach?
and
No, the thing was though, and I don't know if you noticed it, but a lot of the beats you were making for them, like those were the singles for their albums, which was fucking dope.
I never knew that till you pointed it out and I was like oh shit like wow these fools
Yeah, you were the person to go to for singles. I'm like, hell yeah, that's fucking sick.
so then as far as me being a rhymer I didn't get my show when I became part of SO. I really didn't get shows for a while, and I was anticipating a show because I was like, okay, if I'm running with these guys now,
Mhm.
I at least should be able to open up.
Yeah,
And I felt like I didn't get shows, and then it didn't happen till the homies exact opposites.
yo,
EO, shout out to Rockwell, DJ Rockwell, T Dub, and Mechanism. I fit the description.
yeah,
So shout out to these guys. I mean, I love these fools because these guys threw me on their show. They got me. I got to do. I believe I did one single solo track, and then I did a collab track with them. Then they went into their set, and they were the closers. So I was very like, I was so happy. Like, I got to my first show. They saw me, and I was like super thankful. Like they saw me, they saw the hunger. Maybe I all I can say.
yeah.
And
You picked the right track to do your first show with, too. In my opinion, I remember I was nervous for you at the time. I was like, oh, I hope this guy kills it. Hope this guy kills it. And then when you killed it, I was like, whoa, that shit was fucking dope. Hell yeah, you picked the right track for this shit.
yeah, it was like a mixtape beat, a Jay Z beat,
Yeah.
right? To our Jay Z
It
track.
was a Just Blaze beat.
Just Blaze beat
Yeah.
on a Jay Z track. I can't remember.
And then I was like, yeah, you picked the right one. But yeah, EO was actually SO at the time too,
Yeah,
and they were I don't want to say new to SO, but they were when Poets formed, they brought in EO. You know, they met them in Blythe. I think Osiris brought them in. I'm
Yeah.
not too sure of the story, but yeah, I remember EO was new, so I think they just saw that. You know, they saw a little bit of them in you, like, oh,
A-
he's hungry, he's putting in work.
And that's another thing too. I felt like my music was more similar to EO than
Yeah,
compared to SO. And I think
or
maybe that's
poets.
why.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry, the poets. I think that's why they probably saw, me and what I was doing. So I fucking I love these fools for putting me on, and I'll have forever. If they ever ask for a beat, I'll give them whatever fucking beat they want. Any of one of my fires beats they could have. They ever want me to rhyme with them on a collab track, or just do some cuts on their hook, like I'll whatever they ever ask, I'll fucking do for them because these guys put me on. My first show was in my hood
oh
at
yeah,
that bar, Johnny D's
yeah,
bar. In my fucking hood, like I can't believe this. I trip out. My first show was in my hood, down the street from where I lived at a fucking little bar.
yeah.
That was packed as fuck too.
Yeah, a lot of
Like,
people were there to see you too. I know,
and
like family members and shit. Like,
yeah,
oh,
that's
showed up.
that's the beautiful thing too, because like some family members came to watch me perform.
Yeah, I remember
And
your dad was there, and he was like over there, like ready to cry, like, "Oh, it's me, Miko." No, I was kidding.
he came over, put his arm around me. I'm proud of you, mijo.
No, he does nothing like that.
My dad's not like that. My dad would probably punch me
Yeah,
and
he probably
say,
punches. Hey, good
should
shit,
have did
dude.
it. Yeah, you should have did it better.
You should have picked the other song. They're like,
But but I'm forever grateful for EO. Like they really put me on, and then from there I just started getting more shows, dude.
yeah. Actually, you got the. I remember. Yeah, you got your first show by yourself. A solo performance was
That
with
was our first show together. If you think about it, because you were holding it down on the turntables for me. So
yeah, yeah, that was. I remember, like, I don't know if people do this nowadays or still do this, but we would rehearse before shows. Like, there would be like 3 to 4 days of rehearsals
yeah.
to get like a good performance. I remember.
And that's the beautiful thing we learned from running with SO is
Yeah,
that these fools were they were serious about their shit,
yeah,
and they had their they had their sessions, their fucking rehearsals.
hmm
Yeah, we fucked around and drank beers, but when it came down to music and work mode, like every clicked in a lot of people's heads to like it's time to get busy.
Well, I think because the reason behind drinking was because you're gonna be at a show at a bar anyway, so they had to like get to that certain level of
Mhm.
drunkenness to like, oh, can we still do this? So
I
we
can
we
spit rhymes 10 beers deep.
yeah, so I remember like rehearsals. We would start like we'll talk about the set like, all right, this is the song we're gonna open up with. We're gonna cut the song at the middle, then you just do a cappella. I remember like, everything was planned out, so it was I think that was like that's where I learned how to give good performances.
Yeah.
When you and me perform, we
Yeah,
give good performances.
honestly, everyone I learned something from every fucking member. You
Yeah.
know,
But then like after like we rehearsed the first time, all right, we'll chill, drink some beers, and then we all be out like buzzed or drunk and like, oh, let's run it again. And like we still we still deliver the way we first did it when we were sober.
yeah,
So I remember that was always like the cool thing about it about them. Like they were smart.
yeah,
They've always been smart.
yeah. They definitely fucking. They're not stupid. That's for sure. They fucking.
Yeah. They
They
might get
were.
stupid when they're drunk, but
Yeah, yeah.
they can still deliver a good show.
Yeah, they're honestly like. I learned a lot of professionalism from them. Like, that's one of the beautiful things I learned from finally running with
Yeah.
SO.
That's one thing too. I want to kind of point out was that I don't see that too much anymore. Like I don't see people rehearsing.
Nope.
I just see people go on stage and just perform. Like I don't ever see like when I don't want to say perform. I see people, rappers, MCs, whatever you want to call them. I see them just go on stage and just rap.
No, and not only that, they rap to their fucking lyrics. So they're
Yeah.
basically ad libbing their shit.
Basically,
And
yeah,
basically ad libs are background vocals for those that don't know.
yeah,
And it's not even a show anymore. It's like they just as for someone who would go in and spit their rhymes, like no background vocals at all. It's you. If you're a solo, you get your shit down, you spit it. And if you have
Yeah.
your crew members, then they learn your ad libs, and then they say words for so you can catch your breath if you're
Yeah.
going ham.
especially it was a lot easier. I think. Oh, excuse me. It was a lot easier because, being that I'm a DJ and watching one of my favorite, DJ producers. Fuck, excuse me. Watching one of my favorite DJ, producers, DJ Premier. and watching the documentary where he's like, I don't just want to be the DJ. I want to make beats. Like I don't just want to be the DJ producer. I want to get on the mic too. So whenever Gangstar would perform, you see freaking Premier, on the mic too, just like tell him Guru, just like on it fucking hard, and that's always where I got my shit from was like.
And the first time I heard you say some shit on the mic was that when me and Quiet rapped to your happy music and you went on the hook. And we both looked back at you like this mother. That's him. That's this fool fucking going ham on the hook.
Yeah, remember that was because it was you, Quiet, and then it was another MC, Serve One from Three Strikes. He was on the hook,
but he didn't want to do the hook. I don't know if he got too buzzed to do it, but he said he wasn't going to do it.
I don't think he showed up to that show.
Oh, I thought he was there. He said he just didn't want to do it. He said he wasn't going to go.
Yeah, something happened. I don't know what happened, but I remember it was like, oh, he's not going to do the hook, like. And then you guys were like, we'll just do it. It's cool.
We knew the hook.
There's no issue.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But then there was 3 mics, so I'm like, I'm gonna just jump on and just do the hook for them. And the first fucking thing, and actually this is on YouTube. You can actually watch that first performance. So you guys are spitting your rhymes, doing your verses, and I don't know.
Just to let them know, tell them the hook was rugged. Like it wasn't just like this is not monotone. It required some emotion and some anger.
I'm trying to think of what was the hook. I know it
the
was
last time of days, sun, razor blades.
Yeah, it's the last time of day, sun, razor blades.
I wore a smile and a straight jacket.
Yeah, and that beat was like super like hardcore like hip hop, like evil hip hop shit.
Yeah.
And Serve the way he did it because he was always like a raspy.
Yeah, he's a very talented artist, but he had like incorporated like a rock style vocals.
Yeah,
it's like it's the last time of day, son. Like,
yeah. And I remember you guys were performing and you guys did your verses, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, I'm like, I'm gonna just try to do it like him as much as I can. The last time of day, son, raise the blades, and all of a sudden you see Quiet in the video, like look back, like who the fuck was that?
We were just like, whoa.
Like Surf showed up. Oh shit.
Yeah. I thought it was Surf, bro. Like I thought it was him, man.
And that's like then you guys got more hype because I was like, okay, cool. So then you just got more into it.
Yeah,
like, hell yeah, dude. But yeah, I feel like, I think every DJ that performs with an artist should pick up the mic. That's just my personal. And
yeah, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, we got to put on a show, Yeah. So like, I think it's dope when you see a DJ doing some vocals and backgrounds, backing up his, the MC. Mm-hmm. And I think, in my opinion, too, it brings the crew closer. Yeah, it's like, definitely. He has your back. Like, there's been so many times where I forgot my rhymes and bass would say the ad lib and then I'd remember it, click in my head.
Yeah.
Be, oh, fuck, okay. And I go back into it. Mm-hmm. So I think it's very helpful when DJs.
Yeah. Not even DJ. I think just, if you don't have a DJ that's going to get on the mic, get a hype man that knows your lyrics.
True.
Because that's always going to help too. Yeah, I think if you're a DJ, DJing for an artist, I think you should definitely jump on the mic with them and help them out. Artists, don't just get on stage and rap or get on stage and sing. Put it on a fucking show, man. People are there to watch a show. They're not there to just sing or rap over lyrics that are on the song.
Yep, and I feel like I had this mentality where like you don't know who's gonna watch you. I mean, we've performed in front of 5 people, one person to fucking 500 to 700 people, and
sold out packed house.
Yeah, we always made sure to put on a show. You don't know who could be watching you.
Yeah, always let the people know. Remember who your show.
Yeah,
because I mean I can't tell you how many times like people came up to us after the show. It's like, yo, I like that show you guys did, in Anaheim.
Yo.
You guys gave out flowers and shit. And I'm like, see?
Roses.
Yeah, roses. The people remember that shit. People remember a good fucking show.
Yeah, then those other fucking fools started biting us, but...
Oh, I know, yeah.
Whatever. But at least motherfuckers know we did that shit first.
That's a different story for a different time.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like, you got to put on that show, man. You got to let them know, like... And you got to have that... I think, honestly... There's other rappers nowadays. There's always other rappers. So like you're making yourself look bad in front of another rapper if he just sees you dancing to your ad libs. You're supposed to be rhyming and you're just dancing right there, half your verse. Like you gotta put on a show, but you gotta make sure if you're a rhymer, say your fucking rhymes. people love live performances. Like that energy that comes off is fucking amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's addicting.
Plus the chemistry of like your whoever's on stage with you is awesome.
Yeah.
That's another big help because you don't want to just have someone up there just like mad dogging and throwing like a little bit of money out, just like, come on, man, do something, jump around with him, do what's going on.
And I know you said this earlier about people approaching you. Like I do remember one time we were done performing and we killed our set, our performance, and I went a lot of times like when me and him are done with the show, we'll go and like kind of reflect real quick. Like for some reason, we always reflect whether it's together or by ourselves.
Yeah, that was like a little ritual we did.
Yeah, and anyways, I went to get a beer, and I was walking to the bar, and there's 3 like cholo ass Mexicanos looking at me like they're gangster as fuck, and I kind of noticed they were looking at me, and I got
Did he have high socks? Because higher the socks, down to the food.
nah, but
I'm
he
just
had
kidding.
the baggy pants with the fucking 50 rolls.
Oh damn, the,
Yeah,
pro, the pro
like-
club on. Oh shit.
And the fucking the collar shirt, like they were hardcore. Like
yeah, you could tell, right?
yeah, like right off the back, I knew that they were gangsters. So anyways, one fool was like the one in the middle, because they were like there's 3 of them. So the one in the front in the middle says, "Hey fool," and I look and I was like, or he said, "Hey homie," and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like he must be talking to me. So I got nervous. Like, "Oh fuck, these fools want some static or something." I was like, "Fuck!" And I'm by myself. I was like, the whole squad is there somewhere else. And I looked around real quick to see if I see any homies to try to flag them down, but I didn't see anyone. So they started walking towards me and goes, "Hey homie," and I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And then he comes closer and he goes, "Hey fool, you got down." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like I was so much of a relief.
Yeah.
But like we put on a good show, and we even got like honestly I got respect from these fucking gangsters, and I thought that was cool as fuck. You know, like I
Yeah.
was nervous in the beginning, but these fools shook my hand and did the homie hug, and I was like, it was really dope. Honestly though, it was a dope experience to get
Oh, yeah.
respect from a fucking from a G.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to get respect from your peers, but then you get someone from like a stranger you never met before, especially somebody like that probably looked like they were gonna jump you and shit.
Yeah, like the worst was going through my head too, because I'm a heavy fucking thinker. So I was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, like they're gonna try to fight me or something, you know?
That's dope, man. That's a good story. I can't say I've really been approached like that because being a DJ, DJs know, especially if you're just a performance DJ, the performers are always getting all the love. We're usually in the back packing up all our shit. But yeah, that's dope. That I'm happy. That happened for you and shit. It happened to you guys
And-
a lot.
And I know, like, because I remember you would say that too. You would bring it up, and I think a lot of the times that's why, like, me and Quiet would be like, "Yo, our DJ made this beat," or "DJ bass, make some noise for bass," like. And
Yeah.
then I think, and then as far as me being a DJ, I kind of know what it is, how it feels to be in the background and not get any love, because a lot of artists don't show their DJs love, and they're doing all the fucking work.
Yeah,
So
especially when shit goes wrong and like you
Mhm.
got to do shit on the fly. Yeah,
Yup.
it's you give more credit to DJs, man.
yeah, like just they do a lot more than what you expect. They're not just pressing a fucking play button. Well, some of them probably do, but there are some hardworking ass fucking DJs out there.
Yep.
And I know me and Quiet made it like for sure to let them know, like, oh yeah, my boy made this beat. Like
Yeah.
any fucking rappers out there, you're looking for some beats, holler at him. Like he got it.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, there was. Yeah, now that you mentioned that, there was a few people that would come up to me and be like, "Yo, like that, I like your beats, bro." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man. I fucking appreciate that shit." But there was also some guys who were like, "Hey, you made that beat?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, yeah, that's dope, man. But hit me up, I could do better." Wait, what?
Yeah, you got those fucking retards trying to sell you the same shit.
Yeah.
You fucking make 10 times better.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Or you get those people are like, "Hey, man, like check me out," and like you're in the club.
I already know where you're going with this.
Yeah, you're in the club just chilling and shit, and all of a sudden some random dude, not really. I was like,
Yo,
he's
yo,
like-
hey man,
But-
let me spit this verse for you, man. Come here, man. Hey, come here.
yeah, where you going? Come here.
Hey, come here.
Next thing you know, you're running.
No.
But yeah, like some dude came up to me after one of the shows and was like, "Oh, hey man, you made all those beats." I'm like, "Yeah, I made like a majority of them. Yeah, I did." They're like, "Oh, dude, check me out, man. I got flows too." And then like you said, like you fucking grab me and like held
I'm
me
the
in.
best in the valley
I'm the
too.
best
By
in the
the
valley.
way,
Check it out, man. And I'm like, I'm like looking at him like, you really think you're the best? Because I know some fucking beasts. Yeah, check me out. He threw me his little freaking freestyle. I don't know if it was a freestyle or if it was like a pre-written, but he spit for fucking some reason 24 bars rather than the freaking 16.
I'm gonna go for mine right
And-
now. I got a listener.
And I know because I'm a producer, so I know 24 bars is. And I was like, bro, you really just spit 24 bars? I'm like, all right, fuck.
That
And
happened to me once.
Yeah, and then he's like spinning his bars, and I'm just like thinking, like, when's it gonna be over? When's it like 16's coming up? And he's still going. Okay.
Yep.
So then, after he was done, what you think, dog? I'm like, dude, it's dope, man, but the wrong setting, bro. I ain't gonna lie, this is the wrong setting. I'm over here trying to get a drink, and you're in my ear.
Yeah, I know what you feel. One time we were done performing, and I mean, the dude knew I was a rapper after that, of course. And yo, man, I rap too. And then his fool was like, let me spit a verse for you. And I was like, oh, man, like I'm trying to reflect. Like I just got done performing, man. Like, man,
wrong place, wrong time,
you
bro.
know, I know they're hungry, but they're going about it the wrong way.
Yeah,
Like,
man. That's probably early stages of spamming, I want to say.
spamming without the computer.
Yeah, dude.
Trolling, dude.
Without the computer and without all caps.
Yo, buy my product.
Yeah. Or download my mixtape, but buy my album.
So like what can we tell the people? Like what from all this talk, this good talk. I call it good talk.
Yeah, that's actually a really good. I really enjoyed this episode. And if you haven't noticed, there's like 3 or 4 different cuts in this episode because interruptions and.
Yeah. Once again, the universe was like, let's just throw a couple of obstacles, see if these guys give up. But
Nah, we're
the universe, like, I know they got it, but
Yeah.
I just want to see if they still got it. So we got over these interruptions, and I think it was great. But as far as like all our my part of the journey, like I just want the moral of it is to do your best as an artist. Do your best. Always do your best work. You don't know who's gonna see you, who's gonna acknowledge you. Because if you do mediocre shit, they're gonna look at you like
just another rapper or just another DJ.
we were talking about the guy trying to rap in our ear. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, it's mediocre. There's nothing that's gonna catch me. Nothing captivating. Like, there's no fire. Just throw that shit away or not even listen to it.
You might have said some good shit, but what catches your ear and my ear is like,
Yeah.
can you put on a performance? Can you make not just rap? Can you fucking make a song? Something that's gonna inspire people.
Yeah, and also like try to learn as much as you can, like even from other people. And I'm gonna say like when we joined SO, like I'm always like observant. I've always been very observant, and I try to learn from everyone. And I learned so much from them, how to be more professional, how to rehearse, how to make your shit like 100% fucking dope.
How do you make it a show?
Yeah. And it's just you always gotta keep learning and also be around people who are better than you, because at the time we're the new guys, but I still do see them as fucking better people because they got years and stripes over us, or strikes. I'm sorry, no stripes. Sorry,
Either or. They got experience.
yeah, they got time on their side, and if you want to level up, you surround yourself with better people. Why? Because it's gonna bring you up. It's gonna level you up. It forces you to level up, and you're gonna try to mimic these guys. See the good things and mimic it. You surround yourself with shit, you become shit. So you gotta always learn and be around people who are better than you.
Not only that, don't surround yourself with yes men. I mean, your
Yeah.
homies are always gonna ride and die for you. Don't surround yourself. I mean, have them there on deck with you because they might lift you up when you're at your lowest. But don't have them like check out your new song and then automatically before the verse starts, yeah, this is dope. This is fucking dope. Like, no, get somebody that's better than you and like he can give you some pointers.
Yeah, for real.
The people do say, and this is one cool little saying is, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Mm-hmm.
But my personal experience, if you're the smartest person in the room, teach knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I learned too. Is if you are if you do happen to be that smart person, just drop some knowledge, man. Help them out,
Yeah,
and that's one thing too. I've always tried to help people out, like just drop a few gems here and there, and
yeah,
help. Hopefully, they listen and understand and try to um, take in what I say. It doesn't go out the other fucking ear.
yeah. No, that's the big point we want to give is just yeah. Be surround yourself with people smarter than you, and if not, teach what you know because
Yeah,
that's basically the
it's
that's
all
how
about
everybody
yeah,
grows.
it's
And
all
we're
about growing and learning.
evolution.
Yeah, keeping and then also you're keeping the element alive,
Yes.
keeping the art alive.
So you wanna close this with the performance?
Yeah, let me spit this rhyme in your ear real quick.
Oh
I'm
shit!
not
Here we
gonna
go.
share it with them.
Oh, you get the phone. You ever get the phone call? Like, hey, bro, I started rapping. That's cool. Yeah, check it out. And it's like trying to freestyle. Like, oh, fuck, really? It's like,
Man.
bro, I'm nowhere. I'm nowhere near famous. Why you coming to me with this? But then,
Well, you got to see it as a compliment as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I was just about to say that you have to see it as a compliment. Like, they're looking up to you at some point. So that's pretty
Yeah.
dope.
And the only thing I just don't care for is when they say they're the best and they haven't done shit. Like, there's been times where they would say, "Yo, like I'm the best rapper. I think I'm the best in the valley." Well, they're not talking to me on the phone, but they're fucking talking to me like after a show at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, you got any projects out? No. Have you performed? No. This conversation's over, man. How the fuck are you the
Yeah.
best if you don't even got shit out? Like
Yeah.
word of mouth or what?"
Yeah. Don't. I mean, I like it when people that are quote unquote the best when they say they're not the best. There's like, you hear a track, like say for instance, Quiet dropped the track or Philly dropped the track, and it's like you're like fucking like, damn, like this guy's fucking on some different shit. Yo, the track is fucking. I honestly think you're the best, and then they look at you like, nah, man, I'm trying to get there, but no, I'm not the best yet. Because in their minds, they're like they see a certain point of where they want to be, and
Yep.
you don't see that, but until they reach that one point, that's when they can consider themselves the best. That's the kind of
Yeah.
artist that I like to work with.
I
at
think it's
least.
dope because like they is in a way they're you're putting them up here, but they acknowledge that they're not up here. They're still right here, but they're still striving to get there. Like
Yeah, definitely.
they acknowledge that they got to level up and they want to level up.
Hmm. Yeah, but
And as far as like favorite rappers of the crew, like it was always between fucking Philly and Buck. Like I love those fools. Like those fools are dope as fuck. 'Cause they're still my favorite MCs. And
yeah,
when Buck started spitting, dropping some fire ass tracks, I was like, dude, I told him like I feel like you're becoming my favorite MC of the squad now. I'm sorry, Philly, but
Uh,
this fool's fucking on some fire ass shit, dude. Like,
yeah. No, but they're great in their lanes, I think, and
yeah.
it's cool because they work together a lot, and when they come together and they make some fucking dope music.
Oh, that's another dope thing. Like, dude, be yourself. Like, don't try to. I mean, you could emulate someone and try to pick up the little things, but at the end of the day, do you be in your create your own lane
Yes.
and just run in that. Like it's easier and it you'd be we've been more recognized for us creating or they're saying we're in our own lane than to say, oh yeah, you sound like so and so. Like we've always been told like, oh yeah, you guys are in your own lane and it's dope.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I can't tell you how many times I've heard like, yo, you guys are creating your own style, you guys are creating your own lane. That's stick to it.
Yeah.
We stuck to it, and we make some of in my opinion, we make some of the best music we've ever made. Like recently, it's so fucking dope. Despite the fact that we're coming home tired as fuck from work, we're
Yeah.
still to us, we think it's shitty. But like if someone else hears it, it's like, yo, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, like where the fuck has that been?
Yeah, but that's just like I said, we see ourselves. This is the level we want to get to, but we see ourselves down here still.
And we'll be there. I mean, there's always room for improvement.
Always.
If you stop saying you got to level up, then gosh, you got a lot to learn because there's always room to level.
And if you hit that level, pick something else.
Yeah,
They say jack of all trades but master of none. I think that saying is bullshit.
It is
Really,
because
it's
that's a false. There's more to it.
yeah. If you believe in that, shut up.
Yeah.
Really, because jack of all trades. What if I master producing? What if I'm a dope ass producer? Can I go off and learn how to edit videos? Can I go and learn how to
Yeah,
become an
you're a
MC?
perfect example, dude.
It's like
And
don't limit yourself just because someone says stick to one thing. Don't fucking limit yourself. Keep learning shit.
and I hate to interrupt you, but that phrase I saw on fucking TikTok about that phrase, and they said I don't know word for word, but he says like a master of all, or a jack of all trades is a master of none, right?
Right.
But a jack of all trades is better than a master of one.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
That's the true phrase. I don't know word for word,
Yeah.
but they try to say that a jack of all trades ain't shit, but he's more useful than a master of fucking one.
Definitely. I
And
mean,
this is a guy right here.
that's why I always tell everybody, man, especially fucking rappers, dude. If I started rapping, it's fucking over for you guys. I could do so much goddamn work. Like I can outwork anybody if I was a rapper. But I don't. I choose not to rap because it's just, a lot of. What am I gonna rap about? I can rap about editing videos. I can rap about podcasts. I can rap about, what can I rap about? There's nothing
You
really.
can fucking rap about anything, bro. Like
All my struggle, I'm telling you guys here on the podcast. This is, all the struggles, all the shit we're going through. What we went through back in the past.
that we're still going through, even outside of the music world. Like we have our life outside of the music world. We both work at the hospital. And like we were talking at the beginning of this podcast, like there's so much shit with work that sometimes makes us go home and not want to work on our dreams. We're tired, our fucking hands hurt. Like it's,
Yeah.
we're just burned out, but we still keep it going. We'll fuck it. I'll get a day of rest and I'll come back hard, like.
Yeah, definitely. Rest is always important. Don't let
Yeah.
anybody ever tell you do not take breaks. Don't take extended breaks.
Yeah. Don't take longer than you need to. Like,
But I mean, if I don't know, because there's days where I don't want to say days. There's like weeks where I'm like, I want to take this week off.
no, there's nothing wrong with taking a vacation, like a
Yeah.
break. Like that's always good for creativity. Like
Yeah, definitely.
you need to like go outside and fucking smell the roses, like
Yeah.
you need that shit. You being out there like might inspire you, and whether you come back from your week vacation or not, you'll come back inspired with something. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm gonna take a week off and I'll go do something. I'll go just live life a little bit, as a human being.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, something inspires me. I'll be like, oh, fuck, I got to get in the studio. Like, I got to fucking make this beat. I got to write this rhyme. Like,
Yeah.
life inspires you to keep creating.
Yeah, definitely.
So
And-
take those breaks.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Einstein, smartest scientist in the world. Probably not the smartest, because I heard, there was other scientists around him at the time, but I think he was the most famous.
Yeah, the most
sci-
well known.
Yeah, scientist in the world. He would take breaks. He said it was important. He would watch Charlie Chaplin. That was his favorite TV show. And, people would say, a genius watching something like that. Like, dude, take a break. Be done for a day.
Like,
Fuck
yeah,
it.
like be a human being. Like,
Yeah.
it helps out a lot. Like, there's people who say, oh, I'm in the studio 24/7. Like, I sleep in here. Like,
But what projects are you putting out?
yeah, that or like what I bet you your shit sounds the same. Like. It's just I don't know. I just don't believe in that. Like take some fuck sleep. Like get some sleep, get your
Yeah.
hours of sleep, put in work, and take your breaks.
Do it
That's what
because
I
you
do.
love it.
Yeah, and then
That's
because
one
you
thing we
love
want
it.
to preach is do what you love to do because you love it. If you want to make money and shit, okay, don't take breaks.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
say that a lot.
The money world is no breaks, but I'm in it. You're in it for fucking because we love the shit.
Yeah, it becomes a way of life, dude. Like
Yeah.
honestly, and then all that shit. Like I said, we're gonna be saying this shit on a lot of our podcasts because we want it to fucking get stuck in your head. But do what you love to do because you love it.
Yeah.
Everything else will follow you. It'll chase you. It'll meet you.
I mean, I'm not rich, but I'm rich,
Mhm.
kind of thing. I get to wake up every morning, kiss my wife before I go to work or something like that. Work to like pay what I need to pay off, but when I get home, I'm basically rich because I get to work on music. I get to play games, probably stream. I get to come outside to my garage and scratch practice. I'm able to do this shit. I'm able to put shit
Yeah.
out. You're able to to. I like the little visuals you've been making lately. That's fucking dope.
I gotta do more. I've been focusing more on my MP and not putting the visuals out. But
Yeah, but that's just imagine waking up and getting to do what you love to do every day.
yeah, and it's funny.
Being able to do it too.
That's funny that you say that because yesterday I was cleaning the my I call it my studio, my space. I call it the space station. But I was cleaning the space station, and I was telling myself because I had to take everything off the table, move it around, get the wires, where I need to be.
Mhm.
And I told myself like, wow, I'm fucking blessed to do this. I'm able to clean my studio, and this is fucking beautiful. Like a year ago, I didn't have all this shit, and I saved up and I worked hard and I bought what I needed to, and it's a blessing. Like I'm living the life. We're not up there as a famous artist yet, but we're getting there. We're living that life still.
Yeah. And there's people that don't get to live this life because they're working like 3 to 4 jobs. Luckily for us, we work the one job and maybe do a side hustle here and there.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I
most
love it.
most importantly is prioritizing your time. Like
And like you said, 24 hours in the day. How much? How
Yeah.
much of that are you gonna be working on what you love doing?
yeah, like if you love music, don't be fucking wasting time getting your scroll on whatever social media for 2 hours. I've done it. That's why I say it. I've done it, and I caught on to myself like, dude, I wasted 2 hours. I could have fucking worked on something.
Yeah.
So I make sure to manage my time. It's time management is the word.
Mm-hmm.
So just stay away from fucking the junk food, of your like social media. You could be on there, take breaks, just make sure you're not on there for 2-3 hours. Cause
Yeah.
like I said, I've gotten my scroll on and 3 hours fucking go by. I was like, fuck, dude,
Yeah.
like I'm in bed still.
I mean, yeah, that's still get your scroll on, but like to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
You do want to go check out, your homies or some of the people
Yeah,
you follow. You
definitely.
want to check out what they're doing.
Show some love. And
Yeah, because
Yeah.
show love, you get love. That's basically it. At least that's what I learned.
yeah.
I learned that if I comment on somebody's post and I post something out, they're gonna comment on the back. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah, that worked.
Always got to show love. Don't let your fucking ego and insecurities come into effect, because that's another thing. I mean, I don't know if that's for a later episode, but
Probably, yeah.
so many fucking dudes that are insecure to show love because their egos hurt because this guy's pretty leveling up,
Mhm.
and he's gonna quote unquote either surpass them or get on his level, and they don't want to show love because they're insecure.
Yeah.
Just always show love. I mean, it's always good to show love.
Yes. So I think that wraps it up. Man, this is a long outro. First long intro and then long outro. But I mean, fuck it. We're getting some good fucking points. And
Yeah.
I think I had more fun on this one than I did in the first one.
Yeah, I think it was great, dude. Like I felt more comfortable, even though all these interruptions that they don't know about.
Yeah.
Like I think I felt more comfortable with this one.
Yes. We are gonna look more into how we can make this easier for us because this is definitely a challenge. But like and subscribe. Follow me on everything DJ BA5E.
You can find me on Instagram l.hundo.
You can follow our sponsor, which is Official Off Fresh. That's with 4 H's.
Yeah, AHHHH.
Yeah,
Is it a dot or no?
No, there's no dots.
That's
It's
one word?
Official Off Fresh, one word.
Official all fresh.
So, peace. Thank y'all.
Peace. Hope
Are
you guys learned something.
You ready to hear this freestyle?
Let me freestyle in your ear, dude. Come on. I got this fire rhyme.